Hello, Anthem, and welcome to Chapel. Well, this week we get to talk about the Student of the Month for the first month of the year, January. So congratulations to all of you who achieved Student of the Month in each class. Great job, and if you didn't get it this month, work hard. It's the second day of February, so you have a whole month to work hard and try to get Student of the Month for this month. So, for January, in kindergarten, Student of the Month is Reed Christie for his attentiveness in class and showing his eagerness to achieve better grades every day. In first grade, Lily Gomez for her great participation in class and for turning in neat, complete seat work. In second grade, Paisley Poulin for her obedience, sweet disposition, and positive attitude towards learning. In third grade, Carolina Betancourt for her cheerful and positive attitude while starting at a new school. In fourth grade, Audrina Zapata for her careful and persistent work. In fifth grade, Julia Nguyen for always going above and beyond what is expected. In sixth grade, Annalise Allman for working hard every day to improve on her academics and having a great attitude. In seventh grade, Noelia Gamboa for her great attitude and hard work. And in eighth grade, Sarah Lim for taking pride in all her work. Again, congratulations to all of you. For now, we're going to transition to worship. Let's turn our hearts towards God, and then we'll keep talking about characters in the Bible.
Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul. Worship His holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul. I'll worship Your holy name. The sun comes up, it's a new day dawning. It's time to sing Your song again. Whatever may pass and whatever lies before me, let me be singing when the evening comes. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul. Worship His holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul. I'll worship Your holy name. You're rich in love and You're slow to anger. Your name is great and Your heart is kind. For all Your goodness I will keep on singing. 10,000 reasons for my heart to find. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul. Worship His holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul. I'll worship Your holy name. And on that day when my strength is failing, the end near and my time has come, still my soul will sing your praise unending. 10,000 years and then forevermore. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul. Worship His holy name. Sing like never before. Oh my soul, I'll worship your holy name. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul. Worship His holy name. And sing like never before. Oh my soul, I'll worship your holy name.
Well, each week we are talking about a different character found in the Bible and a part of their story and how part of their story can influence part of our story and can help us become more like Christ and more like the people that we were created to be. This week we are actually going to be talking about part of the story of Jesus. Now, there's no way that I can cover all that the story of Jesus means to us in just a few minutes. So this is just part of his story, and we'll probably circle back and talk again about Jesus and some of the things that he did. But today I want to talk about this one part of his story that's found in the Gospels, in the first part of the New Testament. It's a story where it's kind of strange. Jesus decides to go out into the wilderness alone. Okay, he goes out and he wants to focus on the Father. He wants to pray and he just wants to be alone. Maybe he's just kind of trying to clear his mind and get his heart focused. And there's some interesting things that happen to him as he goes out into the wilderness. He's actually, as he's out there all alone, nobody's around, he is tempted by Satan. We have this story that shows us how Satan comes and he actually says, Jesus, I'll give you all the power and all the glory, and you can be famous and you can have all this stuff if you just bow to me. And Jesus says no, he rejects that. Of course, Jesus, being God, doesn't need any of that power, right? And so he resists that temptation. And several times while Jesus is out here in the wilderness, just out here alone, 40 days, he is tempted by Satan. And each time he's tempted, he decides not to give in. He decides to do the right thing, even when nobody would have known, right? Even when nobody was around that could have said, oh, Jesus, you gave in. It may have been easier to give in and maybe, get some food and have his body not be as hungry, or maybe it's easier to give in and have that immediate gratification of glory and fame and armies and all that stuff that he was promised in that temptation. But he didn't give in. He stood strong and he resisted the temptation, even though nobody was around to watch. It reminded me of my son Jack. We play on a Minecraft server together, and we have our own server that's in creative mode and we build crazy stuff, but we also play on a server with some friends of ours where it's in survival mode, right? And if you play Minecraft, survival mode is much tougher. You have to avoid all the mobs running around at night, and you have to get food, and you have to build a shelter. And so we're playing this on our friend's server, and Jack's the only one on. Right? He's the only one on, And he goes over to his friend's house, and there's a sign on top of the house that says, Riley's house, do not enter, right? And so Jack says, hey Dad, look at this. It's Riley's house. And she does, when she's online, she trades some of the stuff she has with people. And he said, should I go in? I said, no, you can't go into her house. There's literally a sign that says, do not enter. Now, it was kind of a funny story. The reason that she had to put that on her house is because her cousins are also on the server. And her cousins were a little younger, and they would just go and destroy everything. And they would steal people's stuff, and they'd just do whatever they want to do. And so we had to start putting signs on our buildings saying, like, this belongs to such and such, do not enter, right? And so that's why she had that sign on her house. And Jack knew that. Jack knew that she didn't want anybody going in. She didn't want anybody stealing her things. But still, there was part of Jack, right? We're all human. He's like, maybe I should sneak in. Nobody would know. I'm the only one on the server right now. Maybe I could just go look around. Maybe I can see what she has inside her house. And I had to tell him, no, it's not right. You can't do that. Even though maybe nobody would know, that's not the right thing to do. So today I want us to talk and think about doing the right thing even when nobody's around. Even when we know that if we chose the wrong thing, maybe we wouldn't even get caught. Maybe we won't, but that's not part of what God wants for our lives. God wants us to choose the right thing, even when nobody's looking, because it builds us up as people. It builds our character, and we become people that others know that they can trust to do the right thing. Jesus, in his story, he didn't give into temptation, even though he was alone, even though he was out there in the wilderness. He was the only one on the server. Nobody would have known, but he didn't give in to temptation. In the book of James, chapter 4, verse 17, it says, whoever knows what the right thing to do is, and they fail to do it, that is sin. So when you know what the right thing is, you know that you're not supposed to go into somebody else's house on a Minecraft server. You know you're not supposed to give in to temptation when it comes your way each and every day. If you know what the right thing is and you fail to do that, even if nobody sees it, that is sin. That is falling short of what God wants for our lives. So, as we think about this, what can we learn from this story? And what can we apply to our own lives? We learn that God wants us to do the right thing even when nobody's looking. And we also know that it becomes easier and easier for us to choose the right thing if we do it all the time. If we just do the right thing when we know people are watching, but then we go back when nobody's watching, we choose the wrong path, it becomes a lot more difficult to choose the right thing on a consistent basis. But when we just make up our minds, we're going to make the right choice, no matter what, whether people are watching or people aren't watching, it becomes easier because it becomes a habit in our own lives. So make that a habit in your life. We're faced with these decisions each and every day, right? I am, you are, your parents are, your teachers are, everybody around is faced with decisions like this, some big, some small, each and every day. Are we going to do the right thing when nobody's looking, or are we going to do the wrong thing? If you're on Zoom, if you're not here on campus learning, but you're learning at home, maybe you could be on Zoom, but then also be playing video games, right? You have the Zoom meeting up over here in the corner, but then you have video games up over here, and you're playing, and it looks like you're maybe looking at the computer screen. Nobody might know, but are you going to choose to do the right thing and actually pay attention, participate in class? If you are at home after school and your mom, your dad, they say, hey, no video games until you finish your homework, or no playing outside, or whatever it is, your hobby is that you do, no doing that until you finish your homework. And you go in your room and you're all alone and you haven't finished your homework, but you think, well, I could probably just play a little bit of video games. I could probably just do this for a little bit. Nobody would even know. No, choose the right thing. Do what you've been instructed to do. Make the right choice. And here at school, if your teacher has her back to the class and is writing something on the board or is focused on the computer and helping the Zoom students learn, maybe you aren't supposed to be talking or passing notes in class or working on an art project that you're drawing for fun, and you see the teacher doesn't have her attention on you, and you say, maybe nobody would know if I just did this a little bit, or if I passed this note, or whatever it is. Nobody might know, but you should make the right choice. Don't do those things. Make the right choice and engage in what you are supposed to be engaged in during class. So that's it for this week. I encourage you, when these situations pop up, as they surely will this week, let this be a reminder. Let this pop into your head. Hey, am I doing the right thing even though I'm alone and can probably get away with something that's not right? Which path am I choosing? Which choice am I making? Let's all make good choices this week. Bye-bye.